Hey everybody, Jonathan with the Token Forum. We're just a day away from the event, and I'm here with my good friend Darren Marble, who'll be speaking. He's with CrowdfundX. I'd love for you to get to know him. Darren, why don't you tell the forum a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Jonathan. Super excited to be here. So CrowdfundX is a financial marketing firm. We're based in Los Angeles, and there's two types of investment opportunities that we've marketed and are marketing: Regulation A+ or Reg A+ IPOs that aim to list to NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, as well as security token offerings or STOs. And right now, 80% of our business is marketing STOs.
Excellent. That's so STOs are kind of the rage right now. What's the difference between an STO and an ICO?
Well, there's actually a big difference. So it's not just an acronym. In an ICO, most of the time, the issuers, whether they know it or not, have been selling unregistered securities. And so a security token offering, or STO, first, security tokens is a digital asset compliant with federal securities laws, run on the blockchain. So it's just digital securities that will ultimately trade on secondary regulated exchanges like tZERO, who happens to be one of our clients, CoinList, Templum, Coinbase. Now, ICE, the parent of the New York Stock Exchange, announced that they're launching their own digital assets trading platform.
Oh, wow.
So it's a very exciting sector, but the key is that these are regulated offerings, and there's a number of ways companies can raise capital using various securities exemptions.
And Darren will be having a session tomorrow on security token offerings. So with that, Darren, what's your crypto origin story? How did you get into blockchain and cryptocurrencies to begin with?
So I have a friend who's in Vegas, and he's one of those black hat guys. He's like under the radar and, a little shady, but he's always kind of like on the edge of different things. And he was talking about crypto for so long and ICOs, and he actually pulled me into it. And through him, I got educated, and like many, kind of got bit by the bug and started obsessively learning and watching others speak and talk and write. So this was, mid 2017, certainly later than some guys who were early investors in Bitcoin or Ether. I wish I was one of those guys. Sadly, I wasn't. At the same time, I'm glad that we got in at a later point, because had our firm started marketing ICOs in 2017, we would have gotten in a lot of trouble. I never totally trusted that space. And so by the time we had learned a little bit about crypto and ICOs and utility tokens, regulators were catching up in the US, and it was actually an opportune time for us to transition into marketing regulated offerings.
Yeah, it's a very interesting perspective. What I always say is that, unless you're core, we're all new at this. We're all figuring this out together. So that's great. I think with that, one of the big focuses for Token Forum in this first event, at least, is how do we highlight Seattle? You not being from Seattle, I'm curious, what are your thoughts about Seattle and blockchain? I know you're obviously aware of the different projects going on here. What are some of your thoughts?
Well, I think Seattle's one of those cities that has amazing culture and a rich history and technology. And it's the home of Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, and Amazon. And so to me, there's a parallel here, and it's something I'm speaking about tomorrow. The analogy is that Jeff Bezos didn't run an IPO in Malta or Singapore and Hong Kong. He did it in regulated capital markets here in the United States. He raised about $55 million, 96, 97, and now he's got one of the largest companies in the world and is the richest person in the world. So part of my mantra is to communicate that, because I know a lot of people that want to go outside the U.S. and run these token offerings, but we've got such a great example of brilliant minds that have found ways to become personally successful and provide success for thousands or tens of thousands of others using securities exemptions and following the rules. So I think that's an inspirational story for Seattle, and maybe a lesson for companies planning to do a token offering here in the U.S.
Very interesting, very interesting. What do you plan on doing while here in Seattle?
We'll do the obvious tourist things. So we're hitting Pikes, we're going to the original Starbucks, we're seeing the gum wall, may or may not go on a ferry to Bainbridge, the Needle. These are the things that I love Seattle for. I'm sure there's 100 other great things, but we're kind of in and out. So we're going to try to do the quick run here.
Fine, yeah. Darren, thank you so much for being up here, being a part of Token Forum. We're really excited to have you for your single session that you're going to be doing on STOs and the session that you're facilitating on raising a token sale. Going to be super exciting. We still have just a limited amount of tickets left, so for those of you that plan on coming there, meet Darren and come approach him and come talk to all our speakers tomorrow, and we're looking forward to a great event. We'll see you then.
See you.